IG is letting people know that we are here. Lord, I must have did another damn update because it's giving me the instructions in sugar honey iced tea. All right, we done. We done, sweetie. I done operated this before. Now, IG, don't be on here embarrassing me in front of my friends, okay? We not gonna do that. Hold on. Dex is coming on. All right, sorry guys. All right, I actually was just on, saw that R. Kelly is officially off of suicide watch. So they told him, I guess he didn't see the need for it. Maybe it finally he had a bout with reality. Let's see. So he's off of
Hey, guys.
suicide watch, and I guess he's just accepted the terms now. So pray for his safety, and may he continue his cell block tour 2022. Sweetie, can
Hey
you see
guys,
me?
how's it going? Yes.
Good. Hi, everybody checking in. Thank you for pulling up. Are you happy that that R. Kelly seems to be doing a little better in prison?
I don't care. I don't care about him.
Yes, happy Tuesday, everybody. Happy oh photo boy, I see you, sweetie. Hi, love bug. Happy Tuesday, happy off of a holiday weekend. How was your holiday weekend, Dex?
It was amazing. I had an amazing time this holiday season. It was really relaxing, and like I have this thing. Usually, I'm like, oh, the weekend wasn't long enough, and I think I had that before because like I was just kind of like going with the flow of things. But this week,
Mm-hmm.
I don't. Now my weekends, I don't go with the flow. Like I actually plan things out. Like I always have things planned out for the weekends now. So
On.
much better. Like this past weekend, my parents celebrated 39 years. So, and usually we take them out to dinner. But we were like, no, we're not gonna take them out. We're gonna cook at the house, and we're going to like act like they're at like a restaurant or whatever. So like that's
Mhm.
up doing that, and it was like a really good time. Then my dad is like, let's take shots of Patron and jump in the pool. It was like a really good time, like a really good like family time. And then yesterday, I actually started cleaning out my closet, like getting rid of like everything because I'm going to start
Okay.
up fresh and buy new clothes and all that kind of stuff like that. So that was very time consuming, but like it was fun. Like it was a great weekend. I do have a question for you though. After I hear about your weekend, and by the way, your hair looks great.
Oh, well, thank you, child. That was part of my chaotic weekend. So let me tell you how this happened. I thought my appointment was supposed to be on the 3rd, which is Sunday. I know Sunday was a little odd, but sometimes Donnie, Radiant Allure Hair Studios, y'all go check her out. I was like, all right, well, I guess she wants to do it on a Sunday. It's too much stuff going on in my head because this woman texted me and goes, all right, multiple times. I'll see you Saturday. I'll see you Saturday. I'll see you Saturday. I'm like, yeah, girl, you want to come early? All right, yeah, I'll see you early. Saturday, she said, but in my mind, Sunday.
Oh,
My ass up luxuriating. I got up, took time for myself, breathing. I said, let's go to the gym. I was planning my day out. I said, you know what? You're going to go home. You're going to take a shower and then go out and run your errands. As I'm getting out the shower, Donnie hit me up talking about, where you at? You on your way?
you were late.
No way. Called her so fast. I said, oh my God. I am so sorry. Now, mind you, Dex, by this time it was like 2:30. So I was supposed to be there at 1:15.
Oh,
I knew I wasn't getting there before 3 o'clock. So I was like, oh, and the ladies are like, I've been there before. And I just felt so bad. I said, Donnie, can you still take me? If not, I get it. She was like, no, come. So I made sure I gave her extra monies for the inconvenience.
there. There.
Because
Now,
I just like that.
let me ask you this though. Have you ever lived with a significant other?
Not, no, no. Like,
Okay.
we're basically, I mean, we spent a lot of time together, sometimes weeks, but not like where we're on the lease and we ain't got no choice but to get the hell out.
I'm just curious, like, I guess guys in the comments too. Have you ever like used your significant others like deodorant?
I haven't, but men,
Has
I've
it
had it done to me.
really?
Yeah.
So it's funny because like my wife would never do that to me. Like she probably would go without before she uses my deodorant. But I've been out of deodorant like starting. I guess it was like Thursday, and
Uh-huh.
putting her stuff on, and then goes, the one goes, "Oh, you smell good," and I was like, "You do too."
Oh, so yeah.
I just said,
Like entertain me said, "Oh my God, don't use my ish." Yeah, I've seen it because some men, I mean, maybe it's just some men that I've dated. The female deodorant agrees with them more. Like, yeah, it doesn't break them out, which is weird because maybe every occasion, like only in a pinch have I used male deodorant. And I mean, I'm walking around smelling quite manly with a full beard going on, but it doesn't break me out. But I feel like a lot of men, the men stuff breaks them out.
but this specific kind that she's using right now, like I usually I will buy like sometimes women's deodorant, like Dove unscented. I'll buy that. But lately, I've been able to use like men deodorant. It's been okay. But some it's like real hot outside. Like
Yeah.
I sweat right through a shirt. Like it would be bad.
Well,
But yeah, like but the kind she has right now is like some cucumber lily dove stuff, and I'm like, you're gonna have to stop. You're gonna have to go to neutral because if we
no, you better neutral your behind onto the market and get you some deodorant. That's what you're
but
going neutral.
I don't work. I work from home, so it's very like going to the store to get deodorant. It's like a I'll go when I run my errands on Saturday. I guess that wasn't suitable enough to her for her because the very next day
No.
she would have pulled deodorant in. This is yours. So
Yes, this
guess,
is yours.
I guess
Do
lady,
not touch. And then y'all got your little nappy
but
man underarms on my deodorant. If you don't,
I knew it was bad because initially I didn't want her to know that I was using her deodorant. So I would like make sure I would pick the little hairs off of it. Like who wants to deal with it? Now, have you ever used a guy's toothbrush?
no. Wait.
Okay.
So wait, Steffi die. No, Steph. I'm a little slow when it comes to these names, but Steffi, I'm talking to you, girl. She said you can order it. Stop playing Dex. You better get on my neighbor. I don't think I've seen this girl go to a store in 2 years. Go and get your supply from Amazon. They got you, sweetie.
Entertain Me says she has to share facial products. Now that I don't, I always kind of, no, I take that back because we use like this argan oil stuff and like we share that.
I've had an ex. You mentioned the toothbrush thing. I've never done it. I've had an ex that has done it, and I'm just like, and I looked at him like he was crazy because he used my toothbrush, and he looked at me like, girl.
I mean, if realistically speaking, if we want to go there,
You know where this mouth been? Don't, girl.
you do know where the mouth has been last night.
So technically it should, like, I mean, when you come to think, but I think it's because the mouth is they tell us it's the dirtiest place on our body. And now I think even more so I'm not doing it because have you heard the recent reports that if somebody like with a cavity or bad dental hygiene, if they kiss you, you can get decay. It can basically transfer over to you. Cavities
Like COVID now, they just jump
They
in.
just jump right in, just jump right in on you and get you.
And they had like, first of all, I'm really big on teeth.
Mm-hmm.
And I'm one of those people that like, people be like, last time you had an STD test?
When last time you been at a dentist?
How often do you go to the dentist?
Yeah. When the last time you had your teeth clean? Oh, you didn't? I can't.
And some people, if your teeth are real bad and I notice it, I'm not even eating from you. Just because I feel like you're of like your home.
We might have to talk about this. Y'all, in the comments, help us out. If you know somebody and the mouth ain't giving what's supposed to be gave as far as like it's something going on in there, how do you break this? Like, because you know me, Dexter, I'm very blunt, but I need to do it with love.
I think it depends though, because like for me, like I like teeth to be straight. Like so if the teeth aren't straight, like this, like I have like an issue. Like, oh, the teeth aren't straight. And like really, people's teeth don't have to be straight for their mouth to be fine. You know what I mean? Like you just have if it's like decay and all that kind of stuff like that. That's when I think it's kind of like you should probably get that checked out. But like I can't say nothing about that. Like I would look at it and I'd be like, because your eyes work just like mine do. You see that and you feel that. You know what your mouth is feeling like. You know what your mouth is looking like. I shouldn't have to tell you that. Like if you grown and you walking around with bad teeth, that's on you.
I want to be like, do you not have a dental plan? Like, what's going on? Like, can we talk? Because I want to do it in a way of like care. But now I feel as though, like, with some people, I kind of have to do it because, you know, gum disease have gone back to like being connected to like early heart attacks and things like that. So y'all got to get your motherfucking mouths together. And every time we in the same space, I shouldn't be about to pass out and die. Because I got a whiff
about having bad breath that like I literally surprisingly I don't have one right here. Like I carry like Altoids around as if like I've been diagnosed with like halitosis. Like I just people can say a lot of things about me, but if somebody said to me that like, oh Dexter, you had bad breath, I would like die. Like I would like I would like die. I really would. Like
but here's the thing, it's levels of bad breath. I think we've all dealt with the morning breath, the occasional, you know, oh, I had a lot of garlic breath, the occasional, oh, I got hungry breath. But like, nah, your breath says RIP breath. Like something if you might not make it breath. And you need to get to the bottom of this.
Now, food breath doesn't bother me. Like, it's a smell that I'm like, ugh,
yeah,
clean that up or whatever. But I'm not like looking at you sideways if I smell food on your breath because you eat, like, and it's gonna have a smell. Like, I get that. But what you just said, when a person's breath just smells horrible, it's just like you don't smell that.
Thank you. And no, nobody else around you. You out in the world. You working. You like you in people's faces, whispering, ear singed the fuck off.
You don't notice people talk to you with the side of their face. They don't want to be.
Like, so that ain't never happened when you was around. Ain't nobody look away when you was talking.
Oh, by the way, people in the comments nobody asked. Nobody asked. Nobody said this. Nobody, literally nobody asked. I was about to say.
What you about to say? Go ahead and say it back.
When people in the comments are asking what I'm drinking, and I'm drinking a gallon of water. Nobody asked.
Nobody asked nothing. But you know, Dex, sometimes you gotta let them know. You gotta bring attention to it because they don't be drinking gallons like you. And you know what? Thanks for the reminder because I gotta get my together. Thank you, Dexter.
Enough.
What would we do without you? Even if it's not to only to keep our hydrated.
Fair.
Right. Oh, 4th of July. So I'm trying to say, what did I do? Oh, shout out to St. Lazarus Bar down on down in Northern Liberties. It's my girlfriend's bar, and it was a good fucking time on I guess what, Monday? Yes. Yeah, yesterday was the 4th. So that's when we were out there. I don't want to say I was living my best life. I kind of was, but I don't know what the hell. I was a teenager for a second, just throwing back shots left and right because I was determined to have a good time. Needless to say, thank God I took today off. Because this morning, the brain wasn't braining, okay? It just wasn't going to happen, but mission accomplished. Also, 4th of July news. People have different celebrations all over the country. There was recently a story that came out, or something that happened on the blogs right before we came home. In prison, they were having a great 4th of July celebration.
They always do.
Huh?
They always do.
Yeah, like so that this time we normally get the prison tours because they all got TikToks and me going live from there, but it's rare that we get insight of how they do holidays and how they spend them. So there was a guy, he was giving us a tour on his socials and he's like, 4th of July, that's how we get down. Let me take you on a tour. You see, there's some music playing. I looked down on one side. The one dude looked like he was sunbathing through some of the, sun coming through the windows. So he was getting that on. They were playing chess, playing spades, um, rolling with the homies, just chilling, busting it up. You know what we all do on 4th of July. And when you talk about the meal, oh, there was barbecue. In fact, these people were so the ingenuity that came along with this. They made a makeshift grill on the prison stairs. And the man was in there. It looked like some type of chi concoction. I don't know, but it was getting grilled. They lit the fire up underneath. You saw one man I don't know if he was asleep down there or if he was responsible for, keeping the coals, keep the fire going under the stairs. So yeah, it's a great 4th of July.
But just real quick on the prison stuff, like it's kind of weird because we see that kind of stuff and we're like, this is not what you're supposed to be doing in prison. Like this seems a little, first off, very unsanitary, but also a little weird, right? But like last week I was having a discussion about the R. Kelly going to prison stuff, and I'm like, I don't think R. Kelly is right and what he did was wrong and all that stuff like that too. But I feel like prison was never supposed to be a punishment for what you did. And I think that we have this mindset of that when a person goes to jail, they're being punished for what they did.
Yeah.
But that's not what it's supposed to be. They're supposed to be rehab for what they did or what they caused. And I think that like when I see things like this, I think it's insane. I really do think it's insane. But at the same time though, it's kind of like, yeah, but like what else are they supposed to do in there? We don't want the people to go in there and rot, right? Like we want them to be able to live and like do better with life when they get out of there. And I kind of feel be more freedom to certain type of crimes. Like for one of the things we just talked about, we're talking about prison and crimes and stuff, and just looking at the comments. Indecent exposure. Like people get arrested for indecent exposure. Yesterday there was a shooting on a parkway in Philadelphia, and we can just segue this into local news too. Yeah. So there was on the parkway, and obviously the news cameras were out there, and they're just making sure everything is okay. Really trying to find the person who caused the shooting too. There was two police shot. One was grazed and one was shot, and they're both expected to make a full recovery. Well, while the helicopters were searching, there's an apartment building there. And somebody was bringing in the 4th of July the right way. They were pounding that thing down. And
it wasn't the burgers they was getting together.
So it's like it's like a top floor, and I don't know how many floors it is, but people do not believe in curtains. They don't care about curtains. Wide open, you saw everything, and this is on the news, so it's just kind of like, oh, get this off. But people have DVR and stuff. They went back, they recorded, it's all over social media. So you guys know who lives in the 15th floor of this building. Knock on the door, tell me he did a great job.
Sir, what's up? I mean, I'm just saying, it's been a little bit, and he looked like he knew. He looked like he knew what he was doing.
You know that you are doing something right when there's a big flashing light of a helicopter in your building, in your window, and you don't flinch. So, sir, you do a great job, and lady, whatever you're doing, you keeping it together.
Stacey even did a little position switch on us. My freak ass went back and watched it a few times. Because I'm like, yo, it's motherfucking chaos going on downstairs. What is happening? What? And you just gonna smash your way through it? I think that's how I'd like to go out in an apocalypse.
Like that?
Just smashing. What else we gonna do? Look at each other, the world about to end. We might as well go out happy.
Well, speaking of going out, Mayor Kenney, he was interviewed yesterday after the police shooting on the 4th of July, and they said to him, like, how do you feel? Like, what's going on? He did say, I'll be happy when I'm not the mayor anymore. And he said, I don't enjoy holidays or anything like that because there's always something that's going to happen. I'm always nervous about it. And then they asked him to reiterate. They're like, you're saying you don't want to be the mayor. You'll be happy when you're not the mayor. And he said, yeah, seemingly jokingly,
No,
because there was like some laughter.
it was all giggle.
But also, it seems like he was very serious about it.
He's out of here. He's done. He doesn't want it anymore.
Now, do you think that because he said that he should resign? Or he feels...
Clear, like, now listen, we all have bad days at work and the frustration is there. But at the end of the day, my job is not to sit there and be the voice of a city and like our nation's first capital. So I understand like that's how you're feeling and the frustration. But in that moment, like you need to have a little bit of decorum. Like you can't just say exactly what you want to say holding that office. But at the end of the day, when it comes to being in there, just think of the mess that this man has to go through, or pretty much all members of office. But let's be clear, when shit goes wrong, it's all going to go toward him. He is going to be the scapegoat. Who the hell wants to continue living their damn life like this, especially in the state of the city it is right now? So yeah, no, if you ask me, he's been ready to go for a while now, but now he's just letting us know he really don't give no fucks no more. He said, I'm ready. I'm tired of this.
I think that's why I have a problem with this, though, because the city is not in a good shape right now, and it hasn't been for quite some time. And if it was one of those things where he's just like, I'm done playing the BS, like we're going after these people, like if you do this, that, and the third, like this is a problem. Like that's not what he said. He kind of was just kind of like, y'all are on your own. That's how I perceive it. You don't care about these people anymore, these people who live in the city. And I think that, honestly, I feel like we say this a lot when it comes to elected officials. Like, you're always telling us to vote, vote, vote. We go out, we do it, and then the person, because the job is too tough for them, they say they don't want to do it. And we're like, no big deal. And, like, problem. I think that's a real...
Like, it's so funny because somebody else said the sheet, I think, I'm sorry, baby. Let me try to find it. I'm okay. Juan Drew 43 said I'm okay with his statement. So it's one of those, like a lot of people are. I've been seeing on the blogs today and like the conversation forums where people, it's kind of split down the line. Like, yeah, we understand what he's saying, but at the same time, like, bro, you're the fucking mayor. You shouldn't be saying shit like this. And I'm all for like being, open and just vulnerable, and because it shows like you're real. But nigga, you too real. You getting a nice little like, don't do this. You're the one who signed up to do this, and if it was too much, then bow out gracefully. But I mean, this city with him, the damn police commissioner, it's a lot going on. It's a lot going on.
But in the same aspect of voting, though, there's I believe she's a senator in Rhode Island. Her name is what is it, Tiara Mack, I believe it was.
Yes, her name is Tiara Mack, and she is the first she's the youngest first Black gay female to be the governor of that state or hold office in that state.
Well, she came out with a really different way to get people to vote for her. And she's coming under fire for it. She was twerking on the internet. And I don't mean just like twerking, like, whatever. I mean, like, she was in a handstand with the thong on, twerking. And then she came out and she said, vote for me.
Vote for me. Come on.
I didn't have a problem with it.
Of course you didn't.
No, not even just because of like a man. Like, I thought it was like, I'm sick of politicians pretending to be something that they're not and pretending to have like this, like, oh, I got to keep it straight laced and this and the third. Like, I want people to be themselves, be authentic, like, be real. And I feel like she was being real. Like, she was having fun and she's like, hey, vote for me. What's the issue?
I don't want your clappers. You to think your clapper is going to give me any type of incentive to get the hell out there and vote. Let's be clear. If somebody captured the video, of course, be open. Do you have a good time? I'm the senator, but I'm on the beach with my friends. We all have like ratchet friends. We want to do some twerk sessions. And just so happens somebody on the beach happens to say, ain't that Senator so-and-so? Girl, take your video and get me on these blogs. But I should not be the senator getting down, doing handstands, bending it over, making that shit quake. And then at the end of the video say, vote. And then on top of that, after reviewing it a few times, she probably went through her mind like, should I post it? Should I not? Should I post it? Should I not? But the way that confidence and them cheeks clapping, I don't even think she had that. She just said, it's going up. Let's do it.
But like, would you rather it be like that? Like she comes right out, she puts it out there, she does it, or would you rather it be she's doing the same thing at the beach with her friends and somebody else records her and puts it up?
I would rather do that because for me, no, I would rather do that. Somebody caught you having a good time, having fun. Why, like, of all the things going on, and you currently hold the seat in office, of all the things going on and all of the things that need to be addressed and fixed, you thought it was a great idea to say, you know what, let's address these cheeks. Come on, y'all. Y'all see it. We gonna twerk on them. I mean, at the end of the day, it's getting conversations started. And I love, the thing that I love about these conversations, it's clear that even people in that state, they have no clue that this woman is an office seat holder. Like, y'all voted her in. People are like, well, you're not going to get my vote. She's like, already got it. I'm in office right now. And guess what? I'm going to win again. And then twerk on y'all.
No, I thought that was cool. I thought it was dope.
No, not my governor, not my senator, not none of that. Like, cool, live your life, girl, have fun. We all, listen, I'm a classy black woman, but I love doing hood rat shit with my friends every now and again. And every now and again, y'all gonna catch me slipping. But never will you ever see some shit that me being a little hot to try, and you gonna see it posted on my page. You better go to the page. You'll never see it on my, ever. You will never see that shit on my page. So go look at it where you found it. You're welcome, especially if it's given what's supposed to be gave. Y'all see it. Now let me get back to being the senator.
Look, Miss Mac, you have my vote. Well, I can't vote, but you have my support. I'll support you in Rhode Island.
You're gonna support. So but this is the issue with stuff. Yes, it's a viral moment, but this is the shit that bothers me, Dex. Because being that she did this, now we're going to see a slew of people
being themselves, which is fair. Good.
Because clout chasing.
Well,
because if you were a good governor for real, it wouldn't be that as your focal point.
Toya, I want people to take off the mask. If more people were able to do this stuff, Rudy Giuliani, we would have been knew what he was years ago. But when he had on the mask, we would have known all about him. But now he had to wait till Donald Trump pulls him out. Chris Christie could have been eating donuts he's still going. But I'm just saying, these public people, what's his name, Lady G, he could have lived his life. He could be doing what he wants to do. But now he can't because they have to play this role. Like, enough is enough. I think we should just start letting people do what they do. Be who you are. And thank you.
Overall, what Ali Kipper 405 said, and I agree with that. If she gets in there and does her job, that's all that matters. At the end of the day, it should. I don't mind. I want to see my senators like cutting loose and stuff like that. I just would rather see it by way of, not when it's so much shit sitting on your desk and you're like, oh, let me just throw on this twerking video because this is something y'all had to see. That's just not for me.
It was a beach day.
Huh?
It was a beach day.
Did she call out?
Look,
she probably called out to work too. Let me show y'all this.
What I do in the 4th is that means you were sitting around your coworkers and they was like, I know you. This is you.
You know what? Tuesday, I'm walking in the office like, that's what you do? No, not to bring my babies around your ass. Look, or my man for that matter. And speaking of, you mentioned Giuliani, this actually happened, I think last week. Did you see where he, according to the way he told it, he was attacked?
He escaped death. I was praying for him because I'm like, oh my God, like this man could really lose it. And then
Yeah.
like the video came out. Did you see the video?
Yes, because he was in the store. He was
He was
attacked in the store, supposedly.
yes.
And in the video, so they showed the repeat. I guess they thought we weren't going to see it.
Yeah.
So, of course, it was somebody who was anti-Giuliani and the Trumpsters. The man literally walks over to him. We couldn't hear anything, but it was literally like a pat on the back, like a love tap.
If that.
Yes, Rudy Giuliani.
Oh. He said, I had to be ushered out on a stretcher because I didn't know if I was going to see tomorrow.
I had a sharp pain. That's all I felt. It was so sharp. I was accosted at the market.
He said, I escaped death. Oh, this felt worse than COVID.
This is worse than the hair dye dripping down my face. I ain't never experienced nothing like this. This shit got to stop with y'all lying asses in politics. But you know what? To follow up, the girl, at least her ass wasn't on the gram lying. It was just quaking. So you know what? To swap out her for all the Giulianis out there, I'll take them every day. Come on, politicians, take your cheeks out. Twerk, do what you need to do to get our vote so we won't have to deal with this mess.
Don't lie. That's all we want you to be honest. Don't lie. That's it.
But you know they can't. It's like you can't be a politician and not lie. House, what?
Well, okay, fine. Don't get caught in your lies then. Don't get caught.
Exactly. You got to be more careful. Well, it was really Cat Williams, but Money Mike. Don't be sorry, ho. Be careful.
He said, and where were your antennas at when they was in
yeah, so y'all just be truthful twerking. Go ahead, Dex.
Your housewives, they're making some headlines now, specifically the ones in Beverly Hills. They're like all weekend. It started last week with this story. I know one part of it you may not be a lot familiar with. This is like today and yesterday. But last week, the lady, Lisa Rinna, she got into it with someone, and she told them, if you don't like what I say on my show, go watch the Dubai Housewives. And I'm assuming that Dubai has mostly black women.
Well, a lot of black and of course Muslim women. From what I know, it's only maybe one or two actual white women on the show.
So people took that, at least the girls on the show, took that as like a racial remark. So they've been talking back and forth with her, like tell her, being like you know how people do. Like so then she kind of apologized and was like, look, my mom just died and I'm just lashing out. I'm sorry. After the people like gave her the tongue lashing. So that decided a little bit. And then there was a clip that came out, I think from this week's show. Like I don't think the show aired yet, or the episode area, but there's like a clip that came out and the internet's been on fire. So basically, I'm gonna get the names wrong. I know that, so I apologize in advance. But Garcelle, who was fancy on the Jamie Foxx show, she was at a party and her son, who's like young, came over to one of the other girls and the girl was like, get the F out of here, move, get the F out of here. And then there's another scene where some of the other girls were laughing about that situation. So people on the internet are like super pissed about that. Like they're very upset about it because the girl said to Garcelle's son to get the F out of her face or like move away from her or something like that. And then, like I was saying, like the two of the other girls, Kyle Richards is one, and I don't know who the other one is. They were laughing about it, and their husbands were laughing about it, and they were like, "Oh, I'm glad she said it, ha ha," because like she's been stressed out so much. The girl who was getting sued for stealing all the money.
Oh, Erica Jane.
She said it. She's the one.
She told Garcelle's son to get the F out of her face.
Yeah.
But that was just a clip, so we don't know the reasoning behind it.
So from what I saw, she was flirting with Garcelle's older son. Like she was like flirting with him, like trying to have sex with the boy. And like Garcelle made him move away. Then somebody was like, "Hey, do you want your flowers?" So then she was like, "Oh yeah, I want the flowers." So then her son went over to grab the flowers. The 14-year-old son, 14, he went to go grab the flowers. And that's when the girl was like, "Get the F out of here, get out of my face," or whatever. And people are pissed about that.
Yeah, because first of all, but see, this is the issue a lot of times with LA. We have to realize that's a whole different world. Like things that happen in the real world, like with everyday with us, it doesn't happen there. So for Erica Jane, because she's used to being in these settings with these Hollywood types, to her, it's probably really wasn't a big deal. Her cop son probably cussed her the fuck out all the time. Like, we don't know. But Garcelle, she she Hollywood, but she's still us. If I don't see the next scene of Garcelle coming after her ass with her hands like this, it's going to be a problem. Garcelle, don't disappoint us, baby. Fancy. I'm going to need you to give her a fancy ass whipping because when it comes to your babies,
Now, do you think though, as like a black woman, she's allowed to do that on a TV show like this?
any woman is allowed to do that. I don't care. Put black or white aside. When you come for somebody's children, everything's off after that, in my opinion.
Do you think that that was something that was like really that bad? Like if say you were in that situation, like you're you're Garcelle, and someone says it to your child, like are you like, oh, they didn't mean anything by it, or is it like
no, we're addressing it right then and there. And trust me, my eyes, it's Sniperville, so I'm checking notice of everybody who laughed or you co-signed that behavior. Get the fuck up out of my house. Get out before I beat y'all ass in here, because not my child. You're not going to do this.
Now, on the flip side of it, two of the other girls in another scene they showed, they were laughing. They were laughing about it. And then one of the ladies was like, in real life, like in real time, she was like, I would never laugh at that. I was, trying to like save face or whatever. I wouldn't laugh at this. But then there's like those girls who were like laughing. They have kids. And people have been commenting on like the kids' social media and their social media, like bad stuff too. Like,
and that's sad. I don't condone that at all. That's very sad, and I hate that's happening. But you reap what the fuck you sow at the same time.
I just feel like, I mean, this caught my eye because like there's a lot of stuff that happened on these shows that's like, oh, whatever, it's dumb, whatever. This just seemed too real. Like it just was. Mm-hmm. I don't know. Like it was. I mean, I know they put those clips out to get people talking and to get ratings and stuff like that. But I probably would have left that out the show. Like, I don't think that you should have.
Oh, no. As a producer, I'm trying to get my bonus this year. It's going in the show.
But it's kind of one of those. I feel like that, like kids and like families are kind of like off limits, and I feel like y'all show is gonna go like real like dark because of that.
And it's sad because in normal regards, I would say yes. But because it is a reality TV show and we're supposed to be following the reality of your lives, unless it's like, I can understand if it's life and death, then I would be like, all right, no, I'll chill off of that. But this, I don't have a problem with it being shown. Now, for me, it's all now I really got to be tuned in with my antennas when it shows, because I need to see Garcelle's reaction to this. I did see the episode from last week, and I guess it was a little bit trending. Well, a little like the end of it. And Garcelle was really pissed because I think it was like her birthday party they were having at her house. And the girls started arguing, and she basically went over there and was like, not in my house. Like, my children are here. What the hell is wrong with y'all? Like, it's a celebration. Yeah, you ladies fight. And we all kind of know that this is what happens on these shows. They're fighting. But it should be some type of, like, line when our kids are around. Like, y'all, there has to be a level of respect. And I'm sorry, I don't have any children, but whoo, child, when I do, whew, I don't play about none of mine. Last name, you got my blood running through you. So I don't play about none of mine. And y'all bitches gonna get the business when I see you on fucking site. So I'm just waiting to see how Garcelle reacts to this. Somebody earlier said Garcelle is street. So I see her saying something. So we'll see.
Now, speaking of reacting, how would you react if your boyfriend cheated on you, and then you walked in the house and his friend / coworker is wearing your cheerleader uniform trying to cheer him up?
That's not how you console your friends?
But can you tell the story?
So, when everybody goes through bad times. When your boy or your girl, she's having, not a good day, might be going through it with her significant other. You never know. You just got to be there for your friends. Well, according to the ex-wife of Kel Mitchell, she recalls a moment where a time that she walked home into the house and noticed that Nick Cannon was on her bed dressed in her full cheerleading uniform or outfit. However, I don't want to be disrespectful. With the briefs as well, jumping up on her because when you're a flipper, don't they call them flippers or the flyers?
I don't know.
Yeah, so when you're flying, you got to make sure if there's nobody there spotting you, you got to make sure it's a soft landing. So where else was Nick Cannon going to do these routines but the bed and make them, to be safe? And the reasoning for this happening, according to Kel Mitchell's ex-wife, Kel from Keenan and Kel, shout out to my millennials who know, because Kel had cheated on her. So because he was feeling bad, Nick Cannon pulled up to cheer his friend up. Now, I say that again. Do you not do this for your friends? Like, aren't you supposed to, whatever it takes to pull your friends out of a state of depression, aren't you going to do it?
I will.
All right.
I'm not doing that. But, like, I would do it in my own way. In a sense, I'm taking you out. Like, we're going to take you out.
No.
I'm not putting on no cheerleading uniform.
No. That was the request. What make me happy? Looking at cheerleaders do their routines, brighten me up.
Well, I'll take you to a game.
No.
Cheerleaders do their thing. Like,
I want a personalized show.
The thing is, for me, I don't really have an issue with him doing that if that's something that you're comfortable. Remember, at the time, if they were doing Kenan and Kel during this time, Nick Cannon used to dress as a female character. Remember that? Like, it's not like far-fetched that he would do that.
Well, no. Well, Nick Cannon, he wasn't. I don't think, was he on Kenan and Kel? I know he wasn't on all that.
All that with them, and he would dress as a female character.
Well, I know Kenan would, and that's another thing. So the fact that you brought up that, it was perfect, Dex, because again, like I said, this is Hollywood. Things over there don't happen like they do here with the rest of us. So I mean, she really walked in and could have gotten the whole scenario messed up. They could have been auditioning auditioning for the role, going over each other's lines. Why did she have to make it like something that it possibly wasn't?
I think the only issue that I have in this situation is that he wore her clothes. And also, so this happened, right? He did this, and you were like, I don't know, you didn't get a divorce like right away. Like, you clearly didn't have that big of an issue with it. Like, you were like, okay, well, and then now you're coming out and you're gonna like go off about it or whatever. Why?
Why?
Yeah, like what? Like, I don't understand. Like, why are you getting mad about it? Like, why are you getting mad and talking about it now when like it happened obviously decades ago and you stuck around?
You know why? Because now Kel Mitchell, and he's entering his second act of success. So of course this is another, the bitterness, the exes. Like, why feel the need to bring that up? I'm happy you brought that up because we have something to talk about.
But what exactly did you think you were going to get out of this? Like, what were we supposed to do? Be mad at them? Like,
clout. What other reason? Clout and an embarrassment. He probably did something. I don't know how old, if they have children together. I know it was his first wife, and I think they do have a child, at least one child together. Well, so who knows? It could have been some behind the scenes stuff going on. He might have said no to something, or they were beefing for whatever. Oh, and being that he has his second win. Like, people talk about Kel Mitchell often now. He's working on different projects. He's good. I think he's actually, if not a pastor now, but definitely very spiritual and in the religious world now. So she said, let's put it out there.
But what does that have to do with Nick Cannon, though? Like I get it. Okay, like, you have your father, ex-husband, whatever. You have an issue. But why are you bringing a third party into it? A third party who has kids and
he don't pay my bills. I called Nick and told him if you didn't give me a check, I was going to tell the business.
I just think that
why you ain't give me no money.
I think that we should be like looking at her and being like,
Very.
you are wrong in this situation. I feel like we don't do that enough. We don't call people out enough. Like, because when
Yes.
they out, like, I think the biggest thing that comes out is, oh, look at these two guys, like, they're gay, and this, that, and the third. Like, that's the conversation that she wants to happen. And I feel like we low key kind of do that when in reality, like, dead wrong in this situation. And the only way
No, she's
wouldn't be wrong
1,000% wrong.
is if it happened today, you walked in the house today, you saw it, and you reacted to it. Then it's like, okay, but to bring something like this from 10 years ago, and I'm just guessing it was 10 years ago.
Yeah.
Bring something like this up to light now, it just feels tacky to me. Like, I just don't understand.
It did, because it's fueled by something that we don't know about, and she knew it would bring her attention and the story would get picked up. Now, I don't know, you know me, I'm very funny about bedroom business, whether you were just putting on a play. Maybe Nick was auditioning for, I know what it was. He was auditioning for, what was the movie with Gabrielle Union and the cheerleader, the Clovers? Bring It On.
Yeah.
That's case solved. Don't be trying to do this to Nick Cannon.
Well,
he was auditioning for Bring It On and was running lines with his friend. And at the same time cheering him up. Why? Because he cheated on the wife.
Yeah, she should have left that part out. Like, she should have left the part out that he cheated on her, because now it sounds stupid, because you're trying to say that you're trying to allude to him being gay, but he cheated on you, obviously, with another woman. So, like, what's happening here? If he cheated on you with a man and you stayed with him, then that's more on you than it is on him. Like, come on. You don't look good.
You stay with anybody, whether it's a man or a woman, and they're cheating, it's on you regardless, whether they're cheating with a man or a woman. Let's just lay that out right there.
But if he cheated on her with another woman, I kind of get it, because that means he's still into her, at least. If he cheated on her with a man, then he's not into you. So, like, what's the issue? Why are we still talking?
Don't say that, because in this, don't do, well, probably back then, yes. The lines were more like just very, I don't want to say straight, but like very defined then.
Yeah.
So now in this era,
oh, that's a good segue.
Yes, to our next story. In this era where you can be who you want to be, do who you want to do, live how you want to live. Well, lately, hey, Shakima, baby. She did say that's not true. He can be bisexual. I would say back then it wasn't a thing, but now it is.
Right, but even with that, even if he was bisexual, she's not into that, clearly. So, like, if he messed with another woman, I think it's like, okay. If he messed with a man and you don't want to be with a bisexual man, then there's a bigger problem there. That's all I'm saying. Like, there's definitely more of a big issue there. So I'm assuming when she said it, she's saying that he cheated on her with a woman, but then you try to allude to him being gay and the same thing. Like, that just doesn't make sense.
Maybe that she was trying to let us know that it wasn't Nick. I ain't saying it was Nick, but he definitely liked some men's, and it could have been men he cheated with.
And I want to be clear that I'm not saying that he couldn't have been into both of them. Like, that's not the case. What I'm saying is her. If you're not into a bisexual man, then then why did you stay in that situation? That's why I'm saying I'm assuming she was.
The checks was cashing then. That's why. I'm telling you, the world. It's just go to LA and live for a couple of years, and then come back and tell me all about it. And again, it's been a very long time since I've been out there. Like, now 20 years now. So back then was wild. I could just imagine what the fuck is going on now. So that might have been her normal. Then she said 20 years later, hold on, I might be able to get some clout, maybe a little check off of this. I'm going to do it. It ain't right. It's not. But we got senators out here twerking.
And you're not gonna get no money. Who is paying you for this? Like, this is first of all, nobody cares that you have some scoop on Nick Cannon and Kel Mitchell. Like, what?
Thank you. We don't care. Somebody said, Javon said, LOL, he's in LA now. So yeah, I'm sure he's seeing a lot of them, especially if you go to any of the parties. You'd be like, well, what the fuck is going on here? But yes, going into the transition of the Why are you doing this to me?
Good job.
As we transition. So recently there was a story that popped up. Bette Midler and Macy Gray are in hot water right now. So I don't, Dex, you can give the Bette Midler part because I'm not exactly sure what she said, but Macy Gray was sitting down and being interviewed, I believe, by Pierce Morgan. Also, sidebar, who the fuck put him back on TV and gave him the show? But that's not, like me and Dexter, we here. We trying to get it. What the fuck? But that's neither here nor there. But the topic came up and I don't know how it came up, but they started addressing transgender people. And Macy Gray said, of course, like, I'll call you whatever you want to be called. It's your right to be addressed the way you want to be addressed. But I'm sorry, it takes more than just getting gender reassignment to be, and specifically she was talking about womanhood. It takes more than getting gender reassignment or getting something cut off or getting some boobs put on to be considered a woman. Now, what a true value of what a woman is? What did Bette say?
Bette Midler said, "Women of the world," capital letters. Women of the world. We're being stripped of our rights over our bodies, our lives, and even our name. They don't call us women anymore. They call us birthing people or menstruators, and even people with vaginas. Don't let them erase you. Every human on earth owes you. Then, you know, people got upset about that.
Mm-hmm.
I was trying to erase women, so forth and so on. The one thing that stuck out to me, though, is that there is this term that I've never heard of before, and it's called a TERF, and I looked it up. And a TERF is a woman who advocates for women's rights but excludes transgender women's rights.
Okay, that's yeah.
But truthfully, when I read that, I was like, this is what she's talking about. Like, this is kind of like exactly what Bette Midler was referring to, where it's just like, you don't like what I'm saying about like the situation, so you're throwing another title at me. You're throwing a name at me. Instead of just calling me a woman or saying that I'm wrong or saying you don't agree with what I'm saying, you're now giving me another label, which is a TERF. The same group of people have also labeled women cisgendered, and a cisgendered,
Thank you.
cisgendered male too. These are people who were biologically born male or female and decided to stay that way. You can't have it both ways. Like, you kind of have to, like, if you want people to respect like you or whatever, and I do think people should, kind of can't be throwing these titles at people either. Like, like, woman wants to say she's a woman. I think that's okay. I don't think you need to call her a cisgendered woman.
It needs to stop.
But so on the flip side, if a woman is a trans woman, they're women too. I don't think you need to call them a trans woman. Like, I feel like the same way how cisgender takes away from a woman being called a woman, trans woman takes away from it too. Like, why would I want to be called a trans woman? Like,
now let's be clear. You walk in a room, how you present, I'm always going to, how you present, that's how I will address you.
How you present, I tell you.
I can't go by that. Just if I see your ass walk in the store, what the fuck? I'm sorry, person.
No.
Is this your item that fell? Ma'am, sorry, that's usually just the norm. Well, up until now, traditionally, that's how it's been. That's what I will always subscribe to. But again, the rest of us, we're only here for a certain amount of time anyway. Why are you getting so upset? Let them fucking have it when we're gone. You can do whatever the hell that you want to do with it. But in this time, like, I'm sorry. I agree with Macy and Bette. And really anybody. Of course, it should be respect. If that's what you want me to refer to you as, I will. But let's be clear, if you present one thing and something is a little off, and somebody asks, and they might need some more clarity, well, that's a trans woman. I don't have an issue with on it, like, you being called a trans, like, you want to be called a woman, yes, you are a woman. But at the same time, we're not going to negate science. Like, just because you say this is what it is, like, and this is what you want, You can't just act like the shit doesn't exist because it doesn't fit your narrative.
Why
I'm
is
sorry.
why is it that like science all of a sudden becomes so important when these people are asking? Really, it's just like respect.
So because science becomes important when they put trans women who ain't had they pickles cut in prison with people who were born female and getting pregnant. That's when it matters.
Wait, why is that? But there are women who are trans women who are lesbians too. So if I am going into a female prison and I'm having sex with one of the people who are with me, that just makes probably like we could be lesbians. Like we're like I don't think that that's a problem. Like
If you got a dick in prison, no, and you ain't sitting with the women's, no. I don't care, Dexter. Get over there with the pickles.
okay, let's go to the next time because you sound crazy.
Over there with the pickles.
You sound you can't say that
Why can't I?
because that's not what it. You're putting a woman in a male prison.
Your pickle says differently. Your pickle, the pickle that you came on this God's green earth with, says differently. So you go over there with the pickles. I'm sorry. When your pickle is popped, then you can come back over here and play with us. Get your ass over there with the pickles.
Okay. And then when they start doing that, and then people, like you just said, I'm going to refer to you as how you present yourself. That's what you said. You said that.
Yeah.
So when these men look at this person who is obviously a woman, and then they start to do whatever they do to this person, then what?
Well, I don't want to put labels on people, but from what I gather, a lot of the times, if they are presenting as women on the men's side,
Yeah.
they kind of want I think it's kind of safe to say not all,
No,
but they
not.
really might want this attention from these men.
No, it's not. No. First of all, they don't even want to be over there. They don't want to be there. They want to be on the
You
side.
ain't got no choice. It's prison.
Oh, God.
Hi, Bill. How you doing, sweetie? It's prison. You don't get no choice.
You give me a headache. Let's go to the next
Get
time.
your ass over there with the pickles, Dexter.
Oh, my God.
You can't come over here and play in the cell block with us. Get your ass over there with the men's.
I'm dying right now. Like, I can't. Like, this is crazy. Like, oh, my God. The people in the comments are looking at you sideways. They think you're crazy.
That's a lie. They all laughing and because they know you sound crazy.
Laughing at you. They're mortified like I am. I can't.
Dexter, when you go to prison, feel free to pick whatever side. what side you think R. Kelly on?
He's a man. Like, why would he not be on the side with other men?
Well, some of the things on the documentary, if he gets too much enjoyment from the men's, he definitely can't be with the women. So you might as well just go ahead and put him in solitary.
Can you pin that comment that says cancel Toya? And anybody who agrees,
What?
There's a comment that says cancel Toya.
Oh, from your friend.
He's right. Toya's right.
Well, you two can take your pickles and go have fun with the rest of the pickles in the jar. Okay? Y'all can't come over here. That's not for you.
So if Caitlyn Jenner got arrested today, Caitlyn Jenner is a woman, not a trans woman, correct?
Does Caitlyn Jenner got a pickle?
God, you're so stupid. Like, what?
Does Caitlyn Jenner have a pickle?
Does it matter?
If her ass going to jail, yes, the hell it does. Caitlyn, do you have a pickle? Okay, it's as easy as that. Get over there in the pickle line. Why? See, y'all making this harder than it has to be.
No.
That's the issue.
It's not us. It's definitely you. You are insane Like,
Y'all making it difficult. It ain't got to be this way. You got a pickle, go over there with the pickles. If you don't have a pickle, you go over there with the pickle list. Like I don't know what. And Dill definitely has a pickle. He know where he's going to go should it's time to go to jail.
but he's not transgender.
Well, today he could. Tomorrow morning he could wake up and he decides I'm Dylan Pickle and I'm going to live my life as a woman.
And
if that pickle is still attached when you go to jail, get your ass over there. You don't come over here with us.
Because why though? Because why? Like
because you can get females pregnant, which you have been doing time and time again. There's at least 3 instances that this shit has happened.
So because people who are women and they're amongst other women and they decide to have sex as adults in jail, decide to have sex, they should be put into another facility?
No, because you can't get pregnant. Listen, if we're working with the same equipment,
okay, but what if they just didn't get a chance to whatever, like for whatever like no, let's move on because like I'm
trying to make this madness make sense in your head. I'm enjoying this next.
Somebody gonna say you right, give it up. I'm right. She's rude as she's wrong. What are you talking? Like Bette Midler and Macy Gray yesterday, they were essentially saying that they want women to be respected as women, and I don't disagree with that. I 100% agree that women should be respected as women, but I think that falls for all women, even women who haven't changed their whole body around or whatever. But like, it's how you identify. If you identify as a woman, you should be treated as so, even when it comes to going to jail. And I don't know why. And I don't know why y'all in the comments saying that y'all agree with Toy. I don't feel the same way she's wrong. You're wrong too. Like, hello.
They sick of you, Dex. Somebody said that subject.
Yeah. Y'all making me upset.
At the end of the day, so this is the moral of the story. At the end of the day, Dexter, it doesn't matter what I have to say, what our commenters have to say, what society has to say. Live your best pickled life.
Unless you go to jail.
Unless you go to jail.
Fight for your life.
But at least it'll be an even playing for because it's all pickles.
Insane. Do we have anything?
Huh?
Do we have anything else?
Yeah, one more, because we kind of talked about this a little bit last week, and we just got over the celebrations, or just like the graduations and things like that. And, you know, we have different celebrations coming up. Does it bother you guys when people applaud before they should applaud? Or yell and support and be extra. So there was a story a couple of weeks ago, this way went viral. A lady was at her son's graduation, and we've all seen the things of, you know, people doing the most while they're, you know, at these graduations. But this lady, you'd have been kicked the hell out. Because I'm one of them people, I will go against the rules. Okay, I'll try to be as discreet. Mm-hmm. But the way her black ass ran up to that stage and was running, sit down.
Your sister just graduated. How were you at her graduation? Like, what?
So this is what I do. I'm always going to do what I'm going to do. I don't care what the rules are. I'm going to do it. But at least I'm going to try to have some type of couth about it. But also I'm going to look at the crowd and see what everybody else is doing. So when my sister walked down the aisle, child, these kids ain't even get a chance to get to the stage before people was going off. So I jumped right the hell in, as I'm going to do. For instance, another example, my niece, she was recently in a school play, had her lead role. Here they go. Can you not take out your phones and record? What? Let me tell you about me. When my blood is on that stage, the phone is coming out. Now, I'm going to be respectful. I'm going to turn the flash off. I'm going to make sure, like, once I play it back, I'll, like, silence it, pull the volume down. But that phone is going to be pulled the hell out, and my niece is going to get captured. I don't care what y'all little rules are.
No, okay, so I I am I'll clap. I'm a clapper. Unless they ask you to stay silent, then I'll stay silent. But I will say that when I graduated from grad school, like my family's not like that. My family's very like
Okay.
how I am. Like they're gonna clap. They're not gonna like make a lot of noise. When I graduated from grad school, I had friends who graduated with me, and one of their moms like pull a parade out. Like she went crazy when I crossed the stage, and I liked it.
See?
So like I am one of those people where I'm like, I understand why you're like hold your applause or whatever, but like honestly, school is not easy either. So when a person finishes and their friends and their family go crazy for them, that's a good feeling. So
These kids just spent 13 years in the pen. You better celebrate.
yeah, like I honestly, I'm just like, you know what? I'm good with this. Like grad school was hard. Like it's like, give me my flowers.
Baby mom 379 said, I am that mom. As you should be. Now, again, if you're too extra, because we have seen some of it, like, girl, if you don't, sir, sit down.
So my wife graduated undergrad, right? And this was actually my first time meeting her family too, or like one of the first family. And like when she walked across the stage, it was like, oh my God, like they like crazy. They had like these confetti pops and stuff like that. And I was like, this is a bit much.
We turn it up. Y'all see it.
When I graduated, people in like my class, like they clapped and stuff like that for me or whatever, which was great.
Yeah.
I do think that there has like to hold the applause to the end.
Stupid.
I don't think people should say that, and I don't think expect it. But I do think there's a level of decorum, though. Like I think the clapping and like yelling or whatever, like I'm okay with that. But you shouldn't be up out of your seat running the stage or nothing.
But I think it's so funny because at my sister's graduation, you and Brandon, we had talked about that. So I was like observing people's faces. And for the most part, like from what I saw, like the claps, like beforehand, most people enjoyed it. And we all like would gather, join others. And for me, I'm one of those people. This is another reason like I like to put on, because it's always like a kid here or there who might not have too many people. And thank you.
I love
yes.
Family.
See?
My family is not jumping up and down and clapping. Like they're like, "Good job, Dexter," but I'm not gonna hear that. I'm not gonna hear it.
And yell for me. So I always feel bad when the kids, they don't have it or it's barely any clap. So I know me, when I hear them and I notice that much, I don't know you, but go ahead, baby, you did that.
But at the same time, though, I think a lot of cultures, though, and I guess this is kind of how like my family is too. Like it's kind of like one of those things. Like this is an expectation. So like they celebrate something that you were going to accomplish. You were going to do it anyway. And I know my parents kind of approach it. So
okay, yeah. I mean, but you say you want to do it anyway, but a lot of them ain't. We all know our kids. If I know I have a struggling kid, we celebrating the shit out of this because I don't know how you got here.
Like a hard thing for me either. It wasn't like one of those things where I'm like one of those kids where it's just like, oh, he might not make it. Like it was kind of, we knew it was
because you were a good kid. You knew what you were going, but everybody didn't take story.
That is true, and I know a lot of people.
Yeah. So I think if I had one of them kids that I struggled with his ass or her ass, and you made it, and I'm sitting up, yeah, we got to celebrate that too. Come on, because I didn't think it was going to happen, baby.
Now, last thing before we go, though, how about the graduates doing the dances on the stage?
That doesn't bother me either.
That I hate. Like, that drives me insane. Because, like, that is so damn ghetto to me. Like, you're not the person that's on this damn stage that's graduating. Let your families do the stuff, whatever. Why are you doing backflips and dances on this? Like, come on.
Because I told you I just did 13 years in the pen, and we not even include if you had early education.
No excuse for that. We all here together. We all did the same thing. We took the same course loads, whatever. And I understand that like it may not be as easy for some people as is for others, as far as like financial aid and like struggling with classes and all that kind of stuff like that. I get that, but you do a silent thank you to whoever you pray to at night, and you move on. Like all that extra stuff, like don't do that.
Yeah, Dexter, you are absolutely right. And for those who think like you.
Yeah.
If I choose to do a little dance across that, I mean, listen, I had a fear. You'd have thought I was going on top model, the walk I had and them heels that I had. And the lady had to say, okay, ma'am, I see you, sis.
I
But
understand.
now,
I understand some strutting. I get that. I understand the strutting. I understand the happiness. But bitches is twerking at the graduation.
if I want to twerk, if the motherfucking governor of Rhode Island can put them clappers up in the air, those rules don't exist anymore, Dexter. We are in a space you can be called whatever the hell you want to. You can twerk for a living. If I want to go across this damn stage and give you some squats, bring the stripper pole out, because I'm ready, that's what you're just going to have to deal with. It's like, come on now. It is what it is. It's you, what am I trying to say? You played the game. You did the rules. Everybody don't pay attention to the rules. Don't be mad because I did it my way, sweetie.
Yeah, and you know what? With these people who be doing that when they walk across stage, interview next season. Interview the person. You see somebody doing that, interview them and ask them if they have a job lined up when they they don't.
Yeah.
They don't.
Because what's the school that they go? Not Voltech. What's the school that they go to when they go away?
The military?
No, not the military. It's like it's like the school for the people. It's kind of like college, but it's not to get your high school diploma, but it's like trade school at the same time. What is it?
Like the GED?
It's a GED program, but it's a career-based like training. That's where they had.
Job Corps.
Job Corps. Thank you, Exotic Hawaiian. Yes, Job Corps. That's where they had. Because they about to get their slave go.
Entertainment. Toy, can you pull the plug? She said twerking is connected to our ancestors. We're paying homage. Get
now, entertain me. I love you, baby. Baby, that's a stretch. And you know I love you. We not gonna do that though. We not. Because let's be clear. I mean, I ain't no damn expert in it, but I have taken a few African dance classes. When it's a twerk with purpose, usually it's rituals and reasons for those movements and what they mean. Yes, it's a part of it. But trust me, the twerking, how we be doing, ain't no meaning but selling that ass, baby. Ain't no meaning. That's it. But I love you, girl. And with that said, we're done. Thank you. Y'all, that's programmed basically the entire show today. Come on, producer Dex. Yes, thank y'all so stinking much for joining us and just encouraging our messiness. And you guys love it. You sign up for it every week that we're on. I ain't gonna say every week.
You're in there.
Every week that we're on between Monday and Wednesday, y'all show up and we are so appreciative of it. Thank you so much. We love you guys. You can catch the all new episode of the Minimum Balance podcast, which should be up not today, definitely tomorrow. And we definitely are planning more treats for that. We need more days in the week, Dex.
Yeah. Or some more hours, not during work, not work hours. We need more leisure hours.
Yeah. We always do a 4-day weekend, so we can work on the real stuff. Work on the real stuff. Because, job, like, I want it to be to the point where our 9 to 5s, that's going to be our hobby.
When we feel like going, yes.
That's play money. That little allowance over there, y'all ain't doing that. But seriously, thank you guys so much for joining us. Because of y'all, it's taking a bit, but because of y'all, our dream will happen, and we're so appreciative of it. And Dex, take us out with the slogan.
Look, guys, our following, it may be small, but they are engaged. Really appreciate you guys.
And at the end of the day, that's all you can ask for. Guys, thank you so much. We love you, and we are going to shoot for Monday, a return of the Monday. So Everybody have an amazing weekend. Thank you for the support. Again, small following, but the fact that y'all show up every week to check in on our silliness, we will be forever grateful for that. So thank you. And next week for more